I'm back today with a 12 by 12 layout that I wanted to share with you, and today I am scrapbooking a picture of my daughter's 6th birthday party invite. And you're going to see here I'm going to mount the picture and everything with the white cardstock on top of this blue, and I love this blue paper. It's such a pretty color, and I think it just kind of brings your eye into the layout. So I'm just going to glue that down, and then this is just some regular white cardstock that I believe came in the Scraptastic kit that I'm using, and I believe it is from sometime in the summer of 2014 is when that kit came out. And it is a lot of birthday theme items, and I just love the colors in this kit, so hopefully I'm going to be able to use it up pretty easily. And a lot of times you can use some of these colors and pages and things like that for things other than birthday stuff, but it does have a lot of birthday embellishments. So for my paper layers, I kind of already had an idea of what I wanted to do with my paper, so you can see here that I'd already picked that out. The picture is made, like I said, using an invitation for my daughter's birthday party, and the colors were perfect. They matched exactly with this kit, so I couldn't help but use that kit for this. Plus, with the birthday theme, it worked out well. And I have, with having a little girl, I have a lot of birthday photos, either of her or her friends. So this kit is really good, and it came with like a ton of embellishments. So here is some of the embellishments that I'm going to go through, and I believe these are from Pebbles, and again, they are birthday theme. And what I normally do with the embellishments is I go through and I will put all my larger embellishments down first, and then I'm going to layer on top of that smaller embellishments, and then finally I will add like things like flair or smaller stickers or wood veneers, things like that. So that's kind of how I normally do it. I found that that's kind of my process. It's usually like the loose paper items, then the stickers, and then the rest of the little stuff. So I love the die cuts in this kit, and I love the little banners and the cupcakes. It's just perfect for either boys or girls. So I'm going to start committing down to these layers before I put my embellishment clusters on, so that the papers and things aren't moving around constantly on me. And I kind of wanted a haphazard kind of matting, so you can see here that the matting is kind of, and I kind of like that look for this page. I think it works out well. And so I glued down some of these things, but then I decided, you know what, I don't want to cover up all this paper. That's that blue paper that I really like, so I'm going to trim a chunk of it off because only a little bit of it's showing, and that way I don't waste any of it, and I can use it for some other layers of other layouts later on. And I'm just using my ATG gun to glue this all down. And then I really like that pop of black with the black and white polka dot on the right hand side. It really ties in that chalkboard kind of background of the invitation, and it brings your eye, across the entire page. So now I'm just going to glue all my paper down and get my whole cluster where I like it. And this is a pretty simple layout because I had all my layers kind of picked out beforehand. Really, the most of this process is going through the embellishment packs and deciding kind of which embellishments are going to work the best for this page. So I kind of wanted to do a little bit of a diagonal, so I get a little bit from the top left to the bottom right. So I'm going to use that little, I don't know, what is it called, ribbon and the cupcake in the bottom right, and then I have these little file folder like tab things, and I'm going to stack those in too, just to kind of add to that messy stacked matte kind of look. And I am going to end up deciding on that little party hat instead of the ribbon. I like the ribbon, but I just didn't like how it was kind of getting hidden and how it sat, and I think the tails came down just a little bit too long for this. It brought your eye down a little bit too far, so I'm going to stick with that little party hat and the cupcake. And again, when I'm doing this, I'm also separating out the embellishments. So I'm taking the big chunkier embellishments and putting them on one area of the layout, and then I'm taking like the candles and things like that and keeping those separate. And that just kind of helps me sort later on. So instead of sorting it over each time I do this, I have the candles kind of already separated out, and the little bitty pieces will be separated out too. And I really like having an arrow or a flag over there in the bottom right hand corner. Again, just bring some more of that blackish color to the bottom right, and just balances out the layout. And now I'm going to have 3 areas of that chalkboard kind of blackish dark color on the layout. So now I'm just taking some of these little pieces of like confetti type die cuts and adding them kind of all over the page to bring the color across. And they have these little rosettes in the kit, and they are pretty chunky and pretty thick, but I really like them, so I do use them. I was worried I wasn't going to use them because of their height, They're not too terribly bad, but they are pretty chunky, but they're just adorable. So I'm glad I was able to use one of those on this layout. And now I'm going to be looking through a lot of the other little pieces here. These are some Scraptastic exclusive cuts that have words on them, and they're not going to work on this page, but I do really like those. I like tucking them into the different layers and such. And then these are some of the flare that came in the kit, and these are also Scraptastic exclusive. And I'm going to end up using one of those flare in the bottom right hand cluster, and I believe it says happy birthday maybe. It's hard to tell. It's kind of shiny with the light on it. And I don't have the layout in front of me, but I believe it says happy birthday. And I don't know if you saw that little flash of that confetti looking bag, but those also came in the kit. Those are so cute. I'm thinking about maybe even using those for little party favor bags for my daughter's party later on a different year, because I don't think I used them for any of the layouts so far that I've made with this kit. Those are some Jelly Bean Soup stickers. I don't think I use any of those. Now I'm just going to be flipping around these little file tabs to figure out which one's going to work best. Just trying to get some more color in there. I felt like I needed a little bit of red in the top right, just because I had a lot of it down in the bottom left hand corner. But I don't believe I add anything up there. I think I end up keeping it kind of the way it is. So now I'm going to use my fine line glue bottle. This I got from Hobby Lobby, and it came in a single pack. I know you can get a dual pack from Amazon with the blue tipped one and the yellow. The yellow tipped is a little bit wider gauge needle inside of it than the blue tip, so I like the yellow tip a little bit better. And I love that fine liner bottle. It works really well for these little tiny things, and I use my Scotch Quick Dry adhesive. So here I'm just going to trim up those tabs a little bit and then add some adhesive on them and then glue them back into place. And again, they're just kind of in a haphazardy kind of looking way. And just to make sure they really stick, I'm going to add a little bit of wet glue to them. And now I'm just going to finish off adding all the glue to these little clusters, getting them exactly where I want them. And you can see right now that cluster is not glued to the background. So once I get it to where I like it, I'm going to then add glue to the back and then add it onto my page. The flare I will add on with a little bit of Stampin' Dimensionals, so it's a really thin pop adhesive. And then that's pretty much going to do the layout. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe. And if you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up below. I hope you're having a great day, and I will talk to you again soon. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.